Oh, shit. Oh, yes. It is time. Versus, son. Episode 12, son. Hanging out with some badasses, some lovers of horror. That's right. Who will win tonight's versus? Will it be Warlock or will it be the Wishmaster? We're going to find out tonight. And we love talking about horror. Now, it's a movie channel. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what this channel is. We love movies, action, martial arts, horror, comedy, all that good stuff. But we represent horror. We are not ashamed of it. We stand up in the front. That's right, to represent horror. We're not being all this, oh, it's a thriller. No, fuck it. All right? Horror time. We represent all the genres of different horror as well. Because it's badass. It's fucking great, man. You got the awesome, cool, slow burn shit, right? And you got the slasher flicks. Then you got the creature features. And then you get the wishes. That's right. It's too much fun. The horror genre is a blast. It's too much fun. And we got some cool people today in the 12th episode of Versus, son. That's right. We have Aaron Penn in the house from Cult of Cinema. Thank you for joining us, brother. Glad you were able to make it.
I'm still feeling crappy, but I'm doing my best, man.
All right. We'll try not to make it too long today because we know you're not feeling well. But we appreciate you toughing it out. And we have, for the first time, some two badasses, supporters of the channel. That's right, the early lieutenants, the supporters of the channel. DJ Anubis and Neko in the house. That's right, Hordes of Chaos podcast. That's right. Make sure you guys check it out. Where can they find you guys? Podbean, and is it just Podbean?
Yeah, it's on Podbean. It's Middle Time Radio. Just search it. We also on iPhone and Android on the XII Live app as well.
Nice. Yeah, it's an awesome podcast. Make sure you guys follow it because not only do these badasses talk about movies, but they talk about metal music, and they play all kinds of awesome metal songs in between. They get you pumped up for the stories that they tell. So yeah, Hordes of Chaos, check it out. And we have somebody below them by the name of Eric, the Asian movie enthusiast. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
You're freaking me out there in the dark. I'm scared. What's going on?
I know. I just felt it was appropriate for this episode. I might just disappear. You never know.
You just might.
Like down and disappear.
His alternate personality is the Wishmaster.
That's it. See?
You kind of look it, man.
Yeah, that's it. Cosplaying as Andrew Divoff, son. There you go. And my brother from another mother, Mr. Tony of the Dead, in the house. What's going on, brother? Thank you for joining us again, as always. Got to talk about horror films with my fellow brother. And we're going to get this cracking. We're going to get this going. Let's see who the Movie Dojo Army is here today. Who we got up in this bitch? All these badasses showing up. We got DJ Anubis in chat. All right.
Really?
That guy's awesome. Man.
Wow.
Multitasking here. We got Jake Hall. We got Phat. I Love Food, the collector, #1. He says Warlock all day. But that being said, I do love Wishmaster as well. All right. John Martinez. Mr. Tony of the Dead is also multitasking. Heather Love in the house.
Oh my gosh.
Looney323 casting my vote for Wishmaster. All right. They've already making their votes already. Wow. Millennial Yoda is here. Bob Odinson. Michael Swift. I'm in the Blast. What the Fuck Productions. Millennial Yoda. All these badasses hanging out for the newest episode of Versus. And we're going to get down to the knit of the grit. Now, actually, I believe it was the Movie Dojo Army suggested this when I was doing a live Q&A last week. And I was like, that is very good. That is a nice Versus, video. So I was like, let's do it. So Wishmaster versus Warlock. And I was like, yes, this is awesome. But I'm like, fuck, I love both movies. But sometimes these make some of the best Versus episodes that we've had on the channel. When we love both movies, it's like, we're struggling till the end. So we're going to get down to it. Don't forget, those of you that are new to the Versus episode and to the channel, when we do these, there will be spoilers. Just letting you guys know. And at the end, we will all vote who the winner is, the best of the best. And if there's a tie, it will go to the Movie Dojo Army to break the tie. All right, let's go ahead and get into it a little bit here. Hold on. Oh, we got a super chat. Hold on. We got Looney323. Thanks for the donation.
Oi. Oi!
Oi, oi, oi. Love it. Thanks again for the support. And let's go ahead and get into it. Give me a second here. All right. Aaron Penn, what do you got going on this week on your channel, my friend?
Well, this week has been a it's been a quiet week. The Warner Archive thing has been in the news a lot, looking like it's going to be shutting down in 2022. So probably going to be talking about that this weekend. Probably
nice.
Friday or Saturday. I'm not quite sure yet. But
So they have more sales, or what do they got going?
well, Warner Archive, it looks like Jerry Beck, who does a lot of the animation stuff for Warner Archive there on that side, has said that there's nothing slated in 2022. And
Okay.
it looks like they're pushing towards streaming. So Warner Archive is in a few older titles. Maybe like that line may become extinct. So
Interesting.
we're going to be chatting about that actually.
Okay. All right. Chat. Make sure you head over to Cult of Cinema, Aaron Penn's channel, and check that out. All right. You guys ready to talk about Warlock, son? Let's go ahead and get into it. Got to set the scene here. Got to set the scene. Bang. Booyaka shot. Warlock, 1989. That's right. Plot synopsis is a warlock flees from the 17th to the 20th century with a witch hunter in hot pursuit. Director Steve Miner, starring the awesome Julian Sands as Warlock, Laurie Singer as Cassandra, and the phenomenal Richard E. Grant as Redfern, and a lot of other fun actors in here as well. Now, Warlock, for me, very similar to Wishmaster, my experiences with them both. My oldest sister is she's a huge fan of horror. She's the one that got me into martial arts films as well. And she, I was too young at the time, so she was the one going to the theaters and rubbing it in my face when she got home, right? I saw Warlock. I'm like, right, But she's awesome. She's awesome. I love her. But she was the one that she really liked Warlock, and she really liked Wishmaster. I didn't get a chance to see both movies until I saw TV spots or parts of it on television. When Warlock premiered on television, I saw parts of it. And the same thing with Wishmaster. I didn't see them all, from beginning to end until several years went by later. I actually bought them both on DVD. Boom. I watched both of them. I enjoyed both of them. But Warlock, I don't know what it is about these two films. They feel, in my opinion, my honest opinion, I feel like both of these movies are very underrated. Very underrated. Like, nobody really talks about these movies a lot. I mean, obviously in the horror community, we, all the badasses, we know what's up. But for the mainstream audiences, they don't really talk about these movies, which makes me love them even more. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So, you know how this works. I'm going to talk about what I liked and what I didn't like about each movie. And then we'll go around to Aaron. We'll just do a soul circle thing. And then at the end, we'll vote for which movie we think we like is the best. And it could be for any reason. You could admit maybe Warlock is the better film, story-wise, but Wishmaster is so much more entertaining. So you pick Wishmaster. Hey, it's your personal preference, right? That's all that matters at the end of the day. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I will pass it to, we'll end with me. Let's go ahead and pass it on to Aaron. Aaron, what did you like and not like about Warlock?
Well, I love both these films. That's making it even harder for me. But I do have a favorite, which I won't give away right away. But I love not just these films, but I love these franchises. Yes. Warlock has 3. First 2 has Julian Sands. Third one's got Bruce Payne taking over the role. We'll get into Wishmaster afterwards. I did like this film. I'm a huge fan of With No Eye. So Richard E. Grant right there. I love the effects on this. Laurie Singer with her haircut that looks like it's from Blade Runner.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Kind of noticeable right away. But I love the film. It's got a great pace. Steve Miner is a good director. Of course, he went on to do more TV stuff later on. But he's got a good hand for the directing. But I got taken out of it for a second because I'd forgotten that Ian Abercrombie was in the film for like a short period of time. So right at the beginning, like they're walking down, and I'm seeing Ian Abercrombie, and I'm like, is that? No, it's not him. Is it like? And so I had to actually stop the tape, the Blu-ray, and go on my phone and said, "Is that? Yeah, it's him." So after that, I was okay to go back into it. But no, I like the film. I love the special effects in this film for what they do, and this is something that's prevalent in both of these films. Both of these films deal with special effects. They're both special effects style films. They both have some incredible, terrible actors in this. Now, that being said, as you're seeing right there, the special effects on one is going to be superior to the other. we're gonna say that right now, and it's not Warlock. Warlock does not have the superior special effects, but it does have an overacting Julian Sands,
Yes.
which I really love, and it has Richard E. Grant chewing up scenery, which I also really love, and he still looks like Withnail there, man. He does. So I thought about that a couple times too when I was watching it, because I watch Withnail and I at least 4 or 5 times a year. I'm
Nice.
ex actor. That's one of those things that you do. I relate to the drunk actor, but no, I actually really liked Warlock. I enjoyed. I'm trying to think of negatives. It was a fairly strong story wise for what they did. Because I've seen all the films, I find myself like thinking of like, okay, this reminds me of this from this other film, which is good sometimes and sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Because then you realize, like, especially if you're watching like Wishmaster, because those can be like up and down when it comes to sequel wise. But overall, yeah, I really enjoyed Warlock. I got no real negatives to say. If anything, I slightly slower paced,
Yeah.
but not in a bad way. Love the fact that they go all in, like meets the kid and on the swing.
Yes, that's my favorite part. One of my favorite parts of the movie.
Yeah, excellent. And it's
man.
like he's vicious, and there's no like stopping. He's just a force of nature, and he does it so well. So yeah, like the
Nice. Yeah. Before we give it over to Neko and Anubis, really quick, this scene right here is just. Not all women are witches. Men can be witches too. But you don't have a broom. How can you fly?
Glad you asked.
Well,
Oh, it's fucking great. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Anubis and Neko. Positives and negatives. Positives and negatives of Warlock.
You want to go first or me?
If you
Well-
have any negatives, you may not.
Well,
Oh, I do.
no,
All right.
this was the first time I've ever watched Warlock.
Oh, all right.
Ever.
All right.
And I really enjoyed it. I really
Hey.
liked how they went all in, like you said, with, being a warlock and being, flying and really kind of like nailing it. And I really like the mythos of it and the time travel. But I really feel like Renfirm was like the best because he was really hot. So I'm going to have to give extra points to Warlock because he's really hot.
Nice.
It's where it always goes with her. It's got to be the
Hey.
hot guy.
Hey.
Well, hey,
that's it.
women like cinematography as well.
That's
you know?
right. That's right.
All right. Well, first off, I love all the Warlock movies, including the one with Bruce Payne. I think he's pretty good in his role. Sands makes a great villain, but I'd read that Grant was supposed to play that part initially. And then they decided on Sands, and I think Sands makes a great villain. I thought he
Oh
was
yeah.
excellent in this. Going back to what Aaron said about the whole, pushing the kid on the swing and how he's going to get the flying ability. The way he flew, I thought was ingenious. Like this whole like this thing going down the road was amazing. That was like awesome.
You're right.
It's like
I like
Superman.
that.
You know what I'm saying? My one negative is that Laurie Singer. I didn't feel like she really had chemistry with Grant or anybody in the movie. Like it was really off to me. And I had read that she herself as an actress had some difficulties on set with she wouldn't wear prosthetics, and it's like a real issue with her doing the aging process thing. So I found that interesting as weird.
Interesting.
And her hair is bad.
I will only say I'll finish up by saying that the second Warlock is my favorite of the series, and
Yeah.
that's mainly because I think Paula Marshall has better chemistry in the movie. And I'll leave it at that.
I actually honestly think Wishmaster Warlock 2 is very underrated, even more so underrated than the first Warlock.
Yeah.
Check the Rotten
It's the
Tomato
best.
scores.
It is the best.
Yeah, check the Rotten Tomato scores for Warlock 2. It's abysmal. I smell a future Is It Really That Bad episode. Anubis, maybe I'll have you join me with that one. Or maybe Aaron Penn. We'll see in the future. But yeah, that's it, though? Any other things you would have changed or tweaked, or that was pretty much it?
No,
Well, I mean, I really agree with you that their chemistry was just not
it
good.
seemed odd. It was just really odd.
It kind of felt
Awkward.
like forced, and
Yeah.
she always seemed more annoyed with Renford than like enjoying being around him. And then when they were trying to be, I don't want to say intimate, but when you were trying to see like the parts where they're staring at each other, it was always like she was like looking through him almost.
Oh, I did want to add that I didn't realize that, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right, David Choi. He wrote the script for this, and then he went on to write the Riddick series and The Fugitive, which is a great movie. So
wow.
I thought that was,
Nice little fun fact.
Get you.
All right, Eric.
You know what I
Positives
like
and
the-
negatives.
I like about this movie is I like the infusion of humor in this one a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, there's definitely quite a bit of it in this film, and I think it gives a little bit of color. Like even the stuff that isn't overtly comedic, like when the Warlock crashes through the window and they just they put him up for the night. Be like wait, like how did this guy get here? Like what this situation's completely absurd. And they're just like, hey, just hang out, rest. So I like stuff like that. The other thing that really made me laugh was just airport security back in the 80s, man. I mean, he comes in with this the weather vane. and well, not only that, but they're at the front desk and they don't have money and they're trying to make a reservation and the girl pulls the plug on the credit card machine and I'm like, oh, okay. So what happened? Do they let you just like not pay for your tickets?
Yeah.
And they just go through security with a huge weather vane, aka spear. So all that stuff I found kind of amusing.
It's a family
The
heirloom.
Warlock's blood.
Yeah. And then there's the fish out of water stuff I liked as well. And then the way the villain gets taken down at the end, I thought was kind of after he throws her into the water and then she fills up the her syringes with the salt water. I thought that was kind of neat because at that point you're kind of wondering how they're going to take this dude down.
Yeah.
And the first time I saw the movie, I didn't really see that one coming until she got her syringes out. But overall, yeah, it's laid back in its execution. It's a bit slower pace, but I do think that the story and the way the leads just carry the film, it really works well. So I do like this one quite a bit.
Nice. Any other negatives? Not really.
Not really.
You're good. All right. Tony of the Dead, positives and negatives of Warlock.
Well, this was also my first time seeing Warlock.
Woohoo!
Believe it or not. Yeah, I've never seen it, and
Did you own it for years?
no, maybe a year. I have this. I have yet to watch the rest of the Warlocks movies, but I always knew about it, but I don't know. I never watched it. I never really felt like I wanted to. I don't know, but then watching for this, and I will say I did like the movie.
Nice.
I did like it. Jillian Sands plays a really good bad guy, and I agree. What is his name? Redford. Redford. I like him the most in the movie as well. Her hair was atrocious. It looked better when she was 40. She was kind of annoying though, but she kind of had like
40. And they made her look like she's 82. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, I know. I'm 41, and I'm like, that happens. I'm going off topic here, but like in Family Matters, in the first couple seasons, Carl Winslow's supposed to be 40 years old.
Oh wow!
And it's like I'm 40 years old. How kids age you, I guess. But anyway, yeah. What did I like about it? I knew the effects were kind of like a little corny, but like
Yeah.
they worked. They were kind
Yeah,
of
it
neat.
worked.
Like when he like put his hand in his mouth and he's spitting it out. That looked pretty cool.
That's right.
I like the I like the way they like see things, like, the cream is turning and like the blue flame, they're like they knew he's around. Like I like how they did all that hexes and stuff.
Yeah.
Or not hexes, but like signs. One thing I think it's probably because it's on Blu-ray and cleaned up, but like I like him flying, but I don't like how it looked. Not the fact of it flying, just like it looks too fake.
Yeah.
Let's see. I had something in my head to say, and I can't remember what the hell I was going to say.
It might come back later.
Yeah, well, after the show.
After this show, I get a message at 2 a.m.
Oh shit! I honestly can't remember what else I was going to say. I mean, but
were there any negatives besides the special effects being a little dated and the budget not being
the
big?
slowness, a little bit of slowness.
Okay.
Oh, I felt really bad because I thought, hey, maybe he's going to let this guy go or something. He sees the ring on his finger. He's going to let him go or something. He's hospitality and that. Goes over, cuts his finger off. I felt so bad for that guy. Like I felt so bad for mine. It's like
he want that
My
ring.
precious.
yeah, you. It's like, oh, where'd you get that from? Oh, do you want any eggs? Do you want this? And no, I'll take your finger. It's like Jesus Christ.
And
One
then
ring to rule them all.
and then his tongue.
And
He
his
bit
tongue.
out and threw it in the frying pan, and I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah. And the effects were, like not the effects, but like the gore and that, like it wasn't bad. It was neat.
Yeah.
It was just a cool,
Yeah.
witchcraft type of movie.
All right.
And I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Yeah. Some of the makeup
That
effects
was
were
cool.
fun.
That was a cool part.
That was a cool part.
Yeah.
Her face, how
Wasn't
like
it
totally changed. Just that she's freaking scary.
Yeah. But what cracked me up though was like, what was it? What happened afterwards?
Like
let
using
my
your eyes.
Yeah, let my eyes show you the way to go, and then this happens.
Yeah.
I was like, this is brilliant. This
It'd
is
be funny if the head
This
sets
is-
up and goes, "Not literally, you
this
dumbass."
is hilarious.
Those look like sheep eyeball. I wonder if those are real eyeballs, like took out of an animal.
I don't know. I don't know.
Look like the
It's a
frog from
possibility.
The Simpsons.
But yeah, I enjoyed the end confrontation. Just keeping this on a loop is just too funny. It's just too funny. But I like how you think you were going to get some kind of, warlock battle, but they're like, no, we gonna fight with our hands, no weapons. Let's just fight, and they start just beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
Like that was unexpected. Of course, the warlocks had to cheat a little bit at the end there, but that was fun. But yeah, Sans, sells it. He's the reason to watch, and we have a great protagonist as well. Both of these guys are really one of the main reasons to watch this, and it's just a fun supernatural horror flick, and I dig it and I like it. All right, let's go ahead and go over to.
Oh, I will say one other thing. The chat asked which one of these would you want to have a reboot of,
Okay.
and I would say Warlock.
Oh, okay.
Like if they were gonna make one, I'd say Warlock.
All right.
I agree, actually.
You guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay.
No.
Okay.
yes, I would love to see a reboot of Warlock.
Right.
But as for like potential for like as a long series, as a franchise, Wishmaster.
Right. Okay. I can dig that too. All right.
Can
let's go
you
ahead and
dig
get
it?
into some- Can you dig it?
Ooh.
All right. Wishmaster came out in 1997. It's about a demonic jinn, me. I attempt to grant its owner 3 wishes, which will allow me to summon my brethren to Earth. Directed by Robert Kurtzman. And starring every horror icon that's
Yeah.
in this movie. So you got Robert Kurtzman directing. You have the narration opening done by, was it Angus, was it Scrim?
Yeah, it was.
Scrim from Phantasm. You got Reggie from Phantasm franchise showing up. You got Tony Todd, Robert Englund, Kane Hodder. I mean, everybody's in this. And You talking about Julian Sands chewing the scenery? Oh boy, Andrew Divoff. I love him in this role. Like he was born to play this. Like you're born to play a role when you don't even need the makeup on, but we're convinced you're the villain and you're Wishmaster. Like this is him just walking around in a suit, looking at people. Yeah, that's the Wishmaster. But yeah, Andrew Divoff is great. I think he has his own like beer, like gin beer or something like that.
We need that.
It's like I would buy some gin beer, maybe make a wish out of it. But yeah, same thing like I was saying before. Like I bought it on DVD years later, and I did enjoy it. But let's go ahead and get into the positives and negatives out of Wishmaster. Aaron.
Wishmaster 1 and 2, the artist and DVD release was the very first thing that I ever bought for my DVD player. Get that out of the way first. When I was writing films, the first thing that I ever did was at a convention, and Divoff was holding it. Poor guy. It was horrible. But I love this movie.
Nice.
Andrew Divoff was made to play this role.
Yes.
Julian Sands does a really great job playing in Warlock, but so does Bruce Payne. There's a significant drop-off between Andrew Divoff and John Novak in the Wishmaster series. He owns this role. This is one that's steeped in horror, like royalty. And it's so good. The special effects in this are incredible. There's this one sequence where the skeleton's coming out of this guy's body at the beginning, near the beginning of the film. I love that.
Look at this. This is insane.
And you can tell it's directed by special effects guy. And unlike the first film, where Laurie Singer doesn't really have the chemistry, I really was invested with the actress in this one. She does. Tammy Lauren does a really good job, and she is only on screen for just a couple minutes with kind of the love interest, because he dies early on.
Yeah.
But you do feel that they've been friends for a long time, that there's more under the surface for them.
Yeah.
And with one scene, with one real scene, we get that. And we got an entire film with Warlock where we don't get that between Laurie Singer and Richard E. Grant. But one scene, just puts it in there. Peter Atkins does a great job with the film. Even the follow-up film, like the production manager on the sequel of Wishmaster is Alfred Soul, who did what's the name of it? Communion is one of the titles for it. Sweet Alice, directed that film. So like all the films tend to have, like, especially the first two with Divoff, tend to have like a big horror like cast. We got, of course, Robert Englund here, Sam Raimi. If you blink and you don't, if you don't blink, Tom Savini's in the pharmacy, which
so that was him. All right,
that was him, yeah, which is fantastic. You got to know the goatee man. And I loved everything about this film. After I watched this film, I was so like hyped after watching the film. I put on part 2.
Nice.
Which, by the way, if you haven't seen that in a while, it's a lot of fun, especially the whole prison sequences. Gotta love that. But
Nice.
Yeah, I recommend this. If you haven't got this set, pick up this set. It's really good. And the features, by the way, in the Warlock set and the Wishmaster set, it's insane. It's like you go there and there's like pages of special features, like commentaries and like interviews, just a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I was totally at fanboyed over this film here.
Nice.
I'm trying to think of a negative for this. It's fun. It's cheesy. It moves at a pretty quick pace. But no, I like the cast. I thought Divoff was perfect with and without the makeup on. It's the best makeup for a Wishmasters in the first one, with these like the tendrils that are kind of moving on their own. It's really well done. I mean, and he comes off it, like, as you can see right there, as a force of nature, and it's such good makeup. And the fact that they're not making these now, or that nobody's decided, we should make another Wishmaster film, baffles me. Yeah, because
it's a crime.
It's there. It's a franchise. It's just ready. You can pick it up anywhere. And, Divoff, inside the makeup or outside the makeup, I still think he could do it. I mean, it was fantastic.
I'm surprised we didn't get a remake of this.
So am I, actually.
You know how Hollywood is. Maybe it's a good thing, actually.
Yeah, probably. Because somebody else, it wouldn't be very good.
Right.
That's my worries. They already did that. They did like 4 films in this series. John Novak is in the last 2. and they try to mythologize it a little bit more in 3 and 4.
Yeah.
3 is really bad, but 4 kind of makes up for it a bit. 4 gets better. But
Was
but
3
no,
the
I
one
actually
in Vegas? Was 3 the one in Vegas, or was that the second one? It's
2 is
been
in
a while.
Vegas.
Okay.
Because he needs 1,000. The add-on to the mythos that he needs 1,001 souls.
Okay.
Then he can go to the one that he needs to grant the wishes, and that'll bring the Jinn over into Earth, so they can take over.
The Jinn. Yeah.
So you get the whole prophecy fulfilled thing.
Copy that. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the film. All right, Neko and Anubis. Positives and negatives of Wishmaster.
I'm glad I got to rewatch this because it had been many years since I had. I probably haven't watched it since it came out. Like, that's how long it's been. But I remember loving it just as much as I did the first time. As Aaron again pointed to, Tammy Lauren, much better lead actress. I don't know about anyone else, but she almost looks like a young Linda Hamilton.
That's what I said earlier.
He does.
I was saying that earlier.
Yeah.
I think she looks like Anna Chlumsky, the girl who she was actually my girl, but she was in Beat.
I don't know. I'm thinking more
looks just
Terminator
like
type
her.
stuff, Sarah Connor, but
She does have a Chomsky look.
Arnold Schwarzenegger on the surface of Mars in that scene.
That's hysterical.
But yeah, you guys touched on all the cameos and stuff, but the one cameo I enjoyed the most that I caught was Dennis Hayden, one of the bodyguards at the party, because he plays one of the henchmen in Die Hard who sits at the front desk.
Ah.
Yeah.
I thought
So
he looked
I-
familiar.
Yeah, I was like, I know that guy. Some of the other things are some of these little small Easter eggs. The statue of Pazuzu from The Exorcist is in there. Just random stuff like that. Again, Divoff, another great villain. He's almost scarier out of makeup than he
Right?
is in the makeup.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really was.
I thought the ending was very clever. Like, you're sitting there saying to yourself, how is this girl going to get out of this? Because
Yeah.
every wish she tries to make, he's just going to twist it. So
Yeah.
really, that ultimate ending was like the only way you could go with it. And I thought it was brilliant. I really did.
Nice.
I have no complaints with this film whatsoever.
Nice.
So-
Neko?
Yeah, I love Wishmaster. I remember seeing it back in the 90s, and as soon as I watched it, I was like, this is a 90s film. It felt like the 90s exploded on my TV. I don't know why. It felt like the atmosphere, the clothing, and then they took it and turned it into a horror movie. And I'm not talking about like Scream. I'm talking about I felt like a real, true horror movie. And for me, just rewatching it after, like Anubis said, it's been years since I've watched it. I just really enjoyed everything. I don't have any complaints either. And he really hit on everything that I wanted to say. He steals all my thunder all the time. So
Try going last.
but I do have to say, when I watched it, I was really trying to watch it and pick apart the movie because I knew we were gonna do the verses. But I'm like, I really liked it. Like it was funny too, but not funny like we're trying to make you laugh like it's Eddie Murphy Raw. It was funny, like a little
Divoff
sarcastic
has
the
a very
entire
dry
time,
humor.
and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. I mean, one of the best parts of the movie when he's just like, fuck it. I was like, this is fucking great. This is fucking great. Yeah. Quick super chat here from Bo. Thanks for the donation. Thank you, Bo. Warlock brings me a lot of nostalgia. It used to be on TV all the time. I enjoyed Wishmaster Series 2. It's just got kind of great, gave me a leprechaun vibe. Okay, I can kind of see that. Do you guys remember a long time ago there was a fake movie trailer that came on YouTube, and it was Wishmaster versus Leprechaun?
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure it probably still exists on YouTube. It was a fan-made trailer. Excuse me.
I never saw that
And
one.
people were all excited. They were like, "What?" But it was edited together pretty well when they were like going at it with their powers and stuff like that. It was kind of funny. But it was just a fan-made trailer. They were just having fun there. So Bo's a fan of Warlock. That's awesome. Eric, Wishmaster.
Yeah, this movie has, well, first of all, I'd say that the Jinn is kind of an interesting little mythos to build upon. I'm actually a fan of a Turkish director who made a series of films called the Dabe films, which had Jinn as like the villain, so to speak, and those are pretty crazy. I think a few of them are on Netflix, or at least they were. So I going into this one, because they mentioned in this that in like Disney films, you'd have adaptations where they might pick from that mythos, and it's a very lighthearted thing.
Right.
And it's this takes a darker kind of tone to that, which I liked. Andrew Divoff, I believe, was also the villain in Toy Soldiers, which is a pretty badass thriller action flick from the early 90s. So that's another one that people might recognize him from. And there's actually some pretty good mythos building in this. When Robert Englund is explaining that, the ruby was a representation of a particular god whose like shadow was his own, I guess, evil counterpart and stuff like that. And then when the Jinn is, he's basically in the form of the older lady, and he's talking to the female lead, and he's saying, in this modern scientific rational world, you're completely incapable of defeating a Jinn, but that requires sorcery and magic. And I found that to be really kind of an interesting play. I kind of wish they would have played that up even a little bit more going into that. But that's I do think there's some good mythos building in this for sure. And I like the set pieces in this one, man. And there's a lot of them. I mean, the opening scene is insane. Even like the police station scene where that dude's going nuts, shooting people.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh yeah, the jaw scene. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then the finale when the statues come to life and are walking down the hallways and stuff. I love that. That was really cool. The only negative I would say is that I thought there's maybe about 4 or 5 cheap jump scares in this that I didn't appreciate. But I'm very anti jump scare. I hate it for the most part.
I totally agree with you, Eric. I agree with you. But do you guys think that some of those jump scares, because some of them were so ridiculous? I totally agree with Eric. But do you think some of them, the later ones, they were just like, all right, let's just make fun of the jump scare? That's how bad they were. Or unless you think they were just trying to scare the audience. Because some of them are like, okay, that was really ridiculous. The teen, was it the college Broadway troupe or whatever, drama troupe or whatever they're doing, and she has a mask on. She comes in. Yeah. I mean, come on. I don't know. I think they were taking the piss later, but I could be
possibly.
wrong.
They got me. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh shit! All right.
I was watching with headphones on.
Yeah.
And I forgot.
The other thing I would
them.
say is that the wishes, it's almost like, I almost feel like they could have played it a little bit differently with some of the wishes, where maybe somebody would make a mistake when they're wishing for something, because he'll just take it out of context no matter what you're doing. But I wish there was a few more wishes where maybe the person, where you look at it, it's like, ooh, you screwed up. It does happen a few times in this, but there's sometimes where you're like, it doesn't matter what this person would have wished for, they're freaking screwed.
Yeah.
But it's very solid flick. It's definitely a set piece film, which makes it really entertaining. And
the woman in the shopping it turned into a mannequin. That was excellent.
Yeah.
I think Wishmaster's a little bit of a pimp there. He on charm
and
there,
that's the thing. Both of these movies, you have a villain who's almost kind of suave and like charismatic. Well, not in that form, he's not. But, when he puts his face, well, actually, is kind of suave. Look at him. He's taking a cigarette.
He's still.
Why the hell did he sniff it though? That was so weird.
I wouldn't mind hanging out with frickin' the Warlock and the Wishmaster if they promise not to hurt me. So, yeah, this is a really good movie.
Good luck with that.
You wish.
Eric, you look.
Oh, and one thing I want to say, Kane Hodder had him. He had him. He just said leave.
Yes.
And he starts walking away, and he's like, "But I have to get inside." And then Hodder just gets all cocky. He's like, "But now you got to go through me, and I'd love to see that." And he's done. He had him though.
Go ahead, Aaron. You were going to say something.
Yeah, I love that. I was actually going to mention that when we went around again, because I love that scene, because we see him, he's all powerful, and in that one sequence, for that 1 second, he's not, and he starts to have to walk away.
Oh my god!
And you're like
oh my god! I couldn't stop laughing today because I watched it today. rewatched it, and his face is like, no. It's so funny. And he's like, he's walking away. Oh my God, it's so funny. Oh my God. But cool, I'm glad you liked it, Eric. Were there any negatives, though? Anything?
Outside of the jump scares, really, not really.
Okay, all right. Tony?
Well, I remember seeing this when it came out in the movie theater with my mom.
Oh,
and
you're lucky.
the one thing that is, my mom was always if she ever said, fuck, she was mad because she never said it, right?
Uh-oh. Okay.
And the fuck it part, she used to love imitating it. She'd go,
yes.
like, you don't approve. Fuck it. Like, she laughs so hard at that part.
Oh,
and that sticks in my head every time I see it. I think of my mom because, like, she, loved that part. It was so funny. But this movie, I always loved this movie. It was the first time I watched it in a long time. But the practical effects in this are fantastic. Like, even like the show me wonders, and there's like weird fucking things in the beginning. In the beginning, it's a little weird, like the things that happen. The coolest one is the alligator person. There's a skeleton that comes out. And I couldn't help but think, like, does that have any, like, is that like a shout out to like Army of Darkness in a way, because you have Sam Raimi in here? Maybe, but it was pretty cool. But then the party later on where everything starts changing is really like, the 90s get a bad rep for the CGI, but I thought the CGI-ness it wasn't like over the top, but it was just enough. Like, that's like a really quick thing they did there, and that was fine. The worst one was where you're seeing those things try to come through from the other side, like the in between. Like, that looked kind of bad. It looked bad back in '97 too, but it still looks bad. But the look of him looks great. I do like the shoulders in the second one as well, like the pointy shoulders. I think he, like everybody's saying, nobody else could have played him better. I think he was great. And they say Hell House, not Hell House, that prison one, it's terrible. I fucking saw that, went to the set, and I can't think of the name of the movie. It was supposed to be like the Expendables of horror. And Death House.
That's horrid.
Abomination of a movie.
It's an abomination.
Great. The director's a great guy. Super nice. Movie's garbage.
That pissed me off.
But
I got angry.
They said that's supposed to be the Expendables of horror. I always think this is the Expendables of horror because everybody's in it. I mean, and I went on IMDb and I'm looking, and I just found out today about Angus being the narrator. I was like, that's great, because that's a great narration, But then also you look on here, you have Danny Hicks, who just recently passed away not long ago. He's in here. Joseph Pilato, who is from Day of the Dead, the Chow God.
Yes.
He's in here. He's the guy who got drunk. I was like, holy shit. And then, like, I'm just looking on here now. Vern Troyer was the Wishmaster, was the Jinn when he was like first came out of the jewel. That's Vern. And then my favorite scene though always was between Reggie and George Flower. He's like, you don't own the fucking sidewalk. You know what? I do own this fucking sidewalk. You know why? Because I pay fucking taxes. And like they go out and he like goes off and curses. Like, I fucking love that scene. I love that scene, like between them two. It's such a good back and forth.
He was basically the same character from They Live.
Yeah, and Back to the Future. It's the same. It's like playing that fun. But he's right. I love seeing him in movies. Yeah. Kane Hodder, he's like that weird facial hair. It was Tony Todd. There's like so many in here, and it's just so cool. Like, and I think about it, like he's talking like move aside, little man. And it's like, now Kane Hodder, yeah, he had him, but Tony Todd's like, yes, like I think like how could he talk them down to like just tell me what you want,
Yeah.
But It's a great movie. I love it. I always loved it. The practical effects, like I said, is great. Like again at the other party, the crowbar through the face, and they're like, oh, trying to pull it out. And it's like stretching, and then the girl blows up. Like it's like you could see right through me, and then she turns the glass and explodes and cuts people's faces, and it's just fantastic practical effects. The statues, just everything. Like, it's just such a great movie. And how she got him at the end was pretty clever to remember that. The negative I would have, like I said, is the creatures coming through. That looks pretty bad, and her face when she screams. I hate it. I remember that since the first time I saw it. It looks just like the surface of Mars in Total Recall. I even sent it in the chat. Like, she's a good-looking woman, but when that happens, it's like, ooh. Like, I'm not like fucking, great or anything, but
Yeah.
if I made that face,
Here, Tony, it was a bad camera angle.
it was a bad camera angle.
There you
It
go.
was up. If you were shooting from up, yeah, that's what
There
it
you
was.
I can't even do it.
I'm surprised no one's mentioning, because the practical effects in this movie are phenomenal, and fuck the scores on Rotten Tomatoes. They can go fuck themselves. Phenomenal practical effects in this, but no one's mentioning Kane Hodder's death. Now,
Well,
that was kind of weak too. That
the
was
Kane
kinda
Hodder
bad.
death was weak. Yeah,
It was weak. Come on, no, the scene was awesome, but that death, I was like, oh, what is this? Sega CD? What we got going here? Like,
Yeah.
it was bad. They were ambitious. ambitious.
I would say
fine.
I guess that'd be a negative to his
That's
death.
fine. It's a nitpick,
But-
though. It's really a nitpick.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you liked the movie, man. You got to see it in the theater. You suck. Awesome. All right. So yeah,
With
I
my
agree.
mommy.
I agree. I know. Even cooler. My mom would not take me to anything like this. But yeah, I pretty much agree with everyone's assessments here. It's phenomenal. Here's the thing, though, man.
Uh-oh.
No, you'll like what I'm going to say. But the thing, here's the thing. I kind of was surprised after watching both films. I watched them today. I'm kind of surprised with my vote. I'm very surprised with my vote because I was more familiar with one film than the other. I watched that movie kind of more than the other, which after rewatching it today, it's going to be the complete opposite now. It's going to be the complete opposite. I'm going to watch this movie a lot more than the other. I enjoyed that first film that I thought I was going to vote for today, that I bought the vinyl to the movie soundtrack. I have it over here. And because I enjoy the score and I wanted to own something from that film. That was my first choice. I was like, you know what? I love both films, but I kind of like this a little bit more than the other. I got the soundtrack. This shouldn't be difficult choice. Let's see what we got here, though. But I'm going to do my due diligence and watch both films to prepare for today's verses. And something has changed. I didn't expect this. That's all I'm saying. I didn't expect this. Still love both movies, but I actually changed my choice by the time I got done watching both of them. So we will leave my vote for last.
Oh no!
All right, Pin, let's go ahead and get it voting here. Let's
Okay,
get
this
it
is the
going.
easiest
Get
part
it
for me.
going.
This is the easiest part for me.
All right, time to vote. Wishmaster
so-
or Warlock? Go for it.
Well, for having the better pace, the better story overall, the better conclusion, the more charismatic cast, and I like both of these films, by the way. And obviously, these were not cheap, by the way, to pick up.
Right.
Wishmaster, like Bonfire and Large.
Wow.
It's an easy choice. I love both of these films.
Yeah.
And I think when you really come down to it, if I had to pick like one thing aside from the fact that the lead is better than Wishmaster, is that, and like it was Anubis kind of hit on it too when he said that, Bruce Payne was really good in Warlock 3, and he really is. And when they replace Divoff in the third and fourth film, It just doesn't have that same quality that the first two films have. And that's because he's got this character much in the same way that Robert Englund has Freddy Krueger. He is the Wishmaster.
Yes.
You can remake Warlock and use another actor. Anybody that's watched these films will always see Devoff, no matter who's in the role. So I got to give it the Wishmaster.
Wow, look at that. I actually thought you were going to give it to Warlock. All right. Wishmaster for the win for Aaron Penn. All right. DJs, Neko, and Anubis. What we got going?
I also am picking Wishmaster.
All right.
I really, really loved the movie when it came out, because I saw it when it came out too. I was 17, so I went, to the theater to see it. I've always kind of been into horror. Like, my grandmother, nobody censored anything when I was a child, so I watched a lot of really inappropriate things for like a 3, 4, 5-year-old. I'm watching like Poltergeist. I'm watching the things that you shouldn't be showing a small child. So I always got it. I love horror movies, but when I saw Wishmaster back in the 90s, I like it just as much now, and it takes me back. It takes me back to my life back in the 90s and my powder blue Omni driving to the beach,
Love it.
What about you?
So pretty much, I know we all love both of these movies a lot. I can watch any one of these at any time with no problem. But at the end of the day, Aaron touched on it again. We were on the same wavelength here. It's just more chemistry going on in Wishmaster. Laurie Singer, as hard as she tried, just really kills that movie for me at times. I do enjoy Warlock 2 more because of the chemistry is better in that, and same with the third one. But with these two movies, Wishmaster is just great beginning to end. Can't complain. Wishmaster is my choice.
Nice. Eric, time to vote.
Yeah, coming into the show, it was getting some feedback on my end, but I'll keep going. It was a little bit more of a difficult decision than I had expected. I was thinking about it for a few, coming into the stream, and even though Warlock is a little bit slower, it doesn't have the as many of the feature set pieces in it. I really do like the leads a lot, and I like kind of like the interplay between them when they're on screen together. It's especially good. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Wishmaster as well.
Wow.
It's just
All
it's a
right.
faster paced film, and it's the one that I think I'd probably rewatch more going forward.
Wow, it's
Nice.
sweeping.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Tony.
Well, I would say I like both the stories about the same. Maybe Warlock has a better story to it. I don't know, but it doesn't play out as well. So I'm gonna have to say Warlock.
Nice.
You wish. I say Wishmaster.
I'm about to say. I was like, wait a minute. Wow. My vote is for Wishlock.
Wishlock.
That's my vote.
Sexy sumo.
Sexy sumo in the house.
I agree.
Yeah, Wishlock's the winner.
That sounds
Man.
racist. You shouldn't say that.
Oh man, look at this! Wow, everyone's picking Wishmaster.
Mm-hmm. You
See, my
sound
voice
upset.
history.
One thing we forgot to mention, I'm sure it was everyone's favorite parts about Warlock, was the damn hilarious scene where she was grabbing the nail and hitting it in his feet.
Yes.
God, that was so funny. Oh my God.
Yep.
Did she get him in the head? Oh my God, it's so funny.
It's like he
Lot of
got
good
even
stuff.
with her later on. Like,
Right,
you like that?
right.
You like
Right,
it?
right. Could someone explain to me why we have no Wishmaster figures? Where is the Wishmaster action
isn't there?
figures? The pops? Is there?
Oh,
Where's
I
the
don't, I
Funko
don't know.
Pops?
There's no pops, but I think there's figures. I
All
don't
right,
know.
let me know. Let me know, Tony, off the air, because it's
I
time
thought
to-
there was.
I got to get something Wishmaster.
Yeah, I thought
in
there
there.
was too. Maybe McFarlane or something.
Okay, maybe I'll check over there. All right, so here we go. My choice. I went in before I rewatched both films today. I went in with knowing, it's gonna be fun rewatching these. I like both of them, but I already know what I'm gonna pick. By the time I got done, something changed. So, my pick for today's verses is you like that?
Yeah.
I know how to build suspense. Wishmaster, man.
I wished it.
I couldn't.
You
wished
wished
it for me. I had so much fun because I haven't watched it in a few years, and I had so much fun watching that movie. I could not stop smiling from beginning to end. A blast. But yeah, Warlock was the vinyl score I have of the soundtrack. I actually have it over here. You know,
really
but
cool.
I went in. I love Wishmaster. Don't remember it that well. It's most likely probably gonna be Warlock for me. But no, that changed by the end of it, you know. So that's pretty fucking cool. I think this is the first time. Is this the first time in the history of Versus episodes we had a clean sweep?
Right?
Wow.
I think so.
Yeah, check
What did the
that out.
Dojo Army vote for?
Yeah.
Oh, you ready? I was getting to that, but thanks for the reminder, though, Eric, because you know I'm old. Here we go. Movie Dojo Army. You guys are going to be surprised. Ready? Look at that.
Holy crap.
Wow.
After the Howling episode, I'm not surprised. It's there.
Yeah, Aaron, he's called it right.
Well, what do you think? What do you think, Aaron? Your thoughts?
Why they choose Warlock?
Picked Warlock this time.
I really don't. I mean, Warlock's a really good film. Now, if this was Wishmaster 3 against Warlock 3,
Yeah.
different outcome.
Right.
Warlock wins. But maybe familiarity. I think familiarity with a lot of this stuff. That's the exact same reason I think that American Werewolf from London had such a high score. Was the familiarity of American Werewolf from London at the time. Not because it was a better film, but because they had a huge Arrow edition. A lot of people got it. They were hyped about it. It was more kind of in the zeitgeist at the time.
Right.
And same with here. Like Wishmaster, it's been a while. A lot of people may not have seen this in a while. More people probably seen Warlock. It's got Laurie Singer, who, you know, is a negative in the film, but she's a known name.
Right.
Like Cammy Lauren, I know from like Star Trek Next Generation, stuff like that. Right. But I guess, you know, people know her from like Footloose, and you got Richard E. Grant and Julian Sands. And Julian Sands is really good.
Yeah.
Richard E. Grant is really good. Both of them do excellent jobs in this film. It's just that when they're not on the screen, it's not as interesting.
Right.
And there's the difference is that you've got in Wishmaster, you've got all these eclectic actors. So no matter who's on the screen, there's, you know, you're interested in the story. When I don't see Julian Sands or Richard E. Grant on the screen, I'm not as interested.
Right.
Yep.
No, it's a good point. But I'm still a little puzzled with this one. You brought up a good point, Aaron. But I'm still a little puzzled with this one because American Werewolf in London, that kind of made sense. People know that more.
Yeah.
John Wick 2 got more votes. John Wick 2 destroyed Hard Boiled. Hard Boiled wasn't even close.
Are you serious? I missed that episode. I gotta watch that.
It wasn't even close. You'll be pleased with the result though. I'm not doing it for you. But familiarity. Like you brought up a pretty good point there, Aaron. I think that's why. But I think these are both really obscure films though.
They're not like definitely more known films.
Yeah. But if you let's look at the score again here. It's not a smash.
No.
So it's not a smash. It's actually it's semi-close. So that's not horrible. So you're lucky today. It didn't have to come down to the voting poll.
Oh my!
They would have broke the tie if we had a tie today. You know. But it's still fun.
You lose.
So I looked online and there is a Jin action figure. I found him on Amazon. He looks pretty good too.
Okay, thanks, Neko. Good. I'm gonna check those out. Let's see the chat picks here. Let's see what we got here. We got Sumo. I wish for Warlock. So we have one for Warlock. Wishmaster. Omniblast says Wishmaster. I think so. A lot of comments up earlier. I think they were saying Wishmaster as well.
It's
but
a
yeah,
mix.
Will I jump in and watch the sequels right away? I don't know. I'm a very busy man. We'll see. Maybe.
They're fun.
I've never seen the other. I've seen the second Wishmaster, but not the third and fourth.
I remember liking the Divov ones.
Different actor in like 3 and 4. It's John Novak.
Okay, because I remember kind of checking out of those, but that was a long time ago.
So and I think Sean Connery's son is in like number 3. Is it number 3? I think. Okay. Jason Connery.
All right.
So yeah, but they're okay. I mean, like the third one's is pretty. Can I be honest? Third Wishmaster's pretty garbage.
Okay.
To be bluntly honest with you.
Okay.
But I think the fourth one the fourth one has like an angel and a sword, a mystic sword, and I kind of dig that in the kind of cheesy, fun type of way. So I didn't mind that so much.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right.
They're worth checking out. The franchises are definitely worth checking out.
All right. Cool. I'll probably have to rewatch them. I'll pick a day. But yeah, Warlock 2, Anubis. I'll hit you up later. We will collab on that one because the Rotten Tomato scores are atrocious.
I think it said like 0 for critics and 39 for audience. It was something crazy.
It's insane. It's insane. We always love doing those. Is it really that bad episodes? All right, Pin. I see you. You doing the. I'm hurting.
I was speaking at the cast for the second Warlock.
Okay. You're hurting. We want to keep him here. We want to get some rest and get healthy and get better, so you can keep doing those movie reviews and videos that we all love watching. All right, that's it for today's Versus. We can go ahead and wrap it up, short and sweet today. Wishmaster was the winner today. That's right. It was a lot of fun hanging out with all these badasses, lovers of horror. That's right. Make sure you guys head over to Cult of Cinema, Aaron Pinn's channel. Subscribe. Make sure you follow Hordes of Motherfucking Chaos. It's Hordes of Chaos.
Yeah,
everybody's looking up Hordes of Motherfucking Chaos.
We're not on YouTube though.
It.
Where you could just Google us; it'll come right up if you say DJ Anubis Hordes of Chaos.
Movie and Metal. That's me right there. So follow their channel. Follow their on Podbean podcast. Subscribe to Mr. Tony of the Dead, son. Oh, Tony, let them know your version of Versus is on its way to your channel. We'll go ahead and plug it right now, my friend.
Yep. Next Friday, we're going to have the first episode of Friday Night Fright Fights, or and we're going to be talking about. Well, I won't spoil it right now, but we're going to be talking all horror instead. And the audience doesn't get a vote. I'm taking that shit away.
Well, they like to participate here, so I let.
Well, they can vote. It just won't count.
It just won't count. All right, and don't forget, you know your boy Eric, the Asian movie enthusiast son, looking like Andrew Divoff in the dark. There, the one. That's right.
With the candles.
Subscribe. He's a badass. He's awesome. And, of course, if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe to me if you want.
You know, Eric's got that look of mayhem on his face, like he's just waiting to wish everybody away.
Oh, man. But this is a lot of fun today, guys. We got to do more of these. Don't forget, you guys are always welcome to come back and do future Versus episodes. Hit me up, Anubis Neko. If you guys want to be guests again, hit me up. Let me know what's going on. If you see something interesting, you want to jump in and be like, Preston, I want to be in. We'll let you in. That's right. Thank all you badasses for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's right. Join the Movie Dojo Army. Thanks again for watching, guys. You guys are badasses. And always make sure that I forgot what I was going to say. It's fucking hilarious. You could laugh. Don't laugh at me.
Follow.
Don't laugh at me. That's
like
mean.
And subscribe.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.